You're tuned in to Community Conversations with the Trio, a weekly show that explores key topics in health, education, politics, and business. You can always find us on the web at cctrio.com or get connected with us on Facebook, Twitter, and iTunes by searching The CC Trio. And now, your hosts, the Trio, Dr. G, Sean D, and main man Michael Duff, on Community Conversations with the Trio.
Community Conversations with the Trio, Dr. G, Sean D, and my main man, Michael Dove. Wait a second. Michael's not here. Where is Michael?
He's ripping up cars and stuff. So he's it is a day after a holiday. So
right.
you know how some folks get coming in on a day after a holiday. So all of a sudden they're
no worries whatsoever. We have a fantastic sit-in for main man Michael Dove. We have the one and only Delatorro McNeil II, and Sean. Probably one of our more popular shows was when we had Delatorro, probably back
most downloaded
six months ago or so. The most downloaded show in the history of Community Conversations, and we're so fortunate to have Delatorro join us. Delatorro, how's it going?
Oh man, I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Thank you guys so much for the invitation to come back and the honor to hang out with you guys. It's a joy and an honor. And it's funny. It's like when I hear most downloaded show, I'm like, that is the bar. we had a blast, and I even listened to that show literally at least twice a month. I just listened to it in my car because the camaraderie that we built in that show was just incredible, and just the content, man. It was awesome. I just I do a lot of interviews, and sometimes it's just kind of more flat, but there was just so much.
There's nothing flat about this.
No, man. I was with the Trio, so we had a great time, and I really appreciate you guys for the format and for inviting us back. We're honored.
Now let's just be honest. You really are listening to the show a couple of times a week to hear my voice, right?
That's pretty much,
That's just it.
That really.
I was wondering how he was going to fit that.
Right. Yeah, the mellowness.
Wonder how he's going to fit that in.
I'm telling you, man.
But good, yeah. But great to have you here, man.
Thank you so much.
And folks that don't know, you are local. You are local to the area. You're this international speaking superstar, but you are a local guy here.
Based right here, man. Born and raised in Tampa, and we were blessed to travel the globe and just touch people's lives, man. Corporations, associations, major conventions, and as well as educational institutions and nonprofits and churches even. So we kind of run the gamut, which is neat. It's like in this game, in this industry, it's such a blessing to me to be able to touch so many people in so many different sectors of life, and so it's a tremendous honor, man. So I'm humbled and just a humble dude, just trying to change lives every day, man. That's really it.
It's a beautiful thing. Absolutely. Good to have you back. So you're going to sit in with us?
Yeah, I'm gonna hang out. Yeah, we're with the Trio, so we're gonna rock out.
See what you're made of now. I get to test you a little bit.
And the timing of you being with us is just perfect because we know that you have this awesome event that's coming up in September that we want to spend some time with.
Yes, sir.
Or have you talk to our listeners about that's coming up September 5th through 7th.
Yes, sir. The Full Throttle Experience.
So
Lord have mercy.
We cannot wait to get into that. But we hope everybody had a great 4th of July.
A safe 4th. No fingers and toes missing and hands blowing off or anything.
Did you see that fireworks accident that happened in California? 28 people injured. Did you all see that?
I didn't see that one.
Where you guys been?
I was watching Channel Side fireworks. Right. I was from the garage where I was getting rained on everybody else. So.
Yeah, 28 people injured in this. It was a fireworks activity, and I guess the stand that the fireworks are on ended up tilting over. It didn't tilt in the right direction. It tilted toward the audience.
Oh my God!
They said people, had eye injuries and third-degree burns, and
wow,
it was pretty horrific.
Oh my goodness!
So you guys do fireworks?
I'm a fireworks guy. I like to grab about $50 worth of fireworks and just get the little Roman candles and light them and run.
There you go. Line them and run. That's key. Run is key. Yeah, run is key.
No, yeah.
No, I have not done fireworks in a long time since I was little. So
okay.
I'm not. I'll go watch it. The wife loves it, so that's why we were there. Otherwise, I'd have been out the house watching. Well, you know, in the neighborhood, everyone else does it too. So you get the show anyway.
Yeah,
so,
regardless.
Like, I wouldn't spend my $50. I'll let you spend yours, and I'll go watch.
Yeah, go watch it. Right.
So that's how I roll with it.
Well, you know, my wife and I have done the whole, you know, Channel Side several times as well. I'll never forget. I forgot which year it was, but it was kind of when Channel Side was really booming, and they had a big show, and they did the fireworks show in conjunction with Whitney Houston's Star Spangled Banner, and it was just
they haven't been playing music. We were there for New Orleans. Was it New Year's one?
Yeah,
and they didn't have any music playing. It was just the fireworks, and you hear everybody else's oohs and ahs. But,
right.
It wasn't like it wasn't that done the music kind of vibe. There's something missing when there's no music.
I think it was 2010 when they did it. It was 2010 because Dawn had just moved here to Tampa, so that was our first time doing the whole fireworks thing at Channel Side, and it was incredible because their finale was going on during the time while she was singing that, and it was amazing. And remember, that was here in Tampa.
Oh yeah,
so that was amazing.
Wow, yeah, indeed. Well, I have a 14-year-old son, so of course that's all he wants to do. So had me out there in the rain last night.
You're that guy. Well, that's
lightning running.
Lightning running in the rain.
So of course,
he don't run as fast as you used to either.
But I stayed in the garage. I let him go out and light him, and then he runs back to the garage.
And then the rain puts it out, so you got to run back out.
Exactly. I told him this might be our last year doing it.
Oh my goodness!
No way. Yeah, for kids it's great. They love it. They
love it. Absolutely. So what else is going on? There's a lot going on in the news today. There's so many. I don't even know where to start.
You got that eye looking at me. I figured Dwight Howard's going to come up at some point for the Lakers. But,
that's coming later.
I figured I was waiting for that. You got that look on your face.
I want him to warm up a little bit before I bring in.
Oh Lord, yeah.
You know, he's a big fan of Dwight Howard.
Not Dwight Howard of the Lakers. Let's get it clear.
Okay. Of the Lakers.
Okay.
Dwight Howard's a Laker, right?
Right.
So that means
I'm not a big fan of Dwight. Actually, I'm cool with letting Dwight go. To be honest with you, I would say because there's chemistry. Like you talked about at the beginning, Delatorro. When you have a good chemistry with the individuals that are there, it just takes on a whole different tone. So you can get through the tough times just as easily as you can the rough times. But when you don't have that chemistry.
Maybe Delatorro, if they got rid of Kobe, maybe the chemistry would.
Kobe can stand at the 3-point line and just shoot every time down the court, and no one would actually do nothing. He would still retire Laker, get his jersey in the rafters. He'll probably have a statue up next to in the arena, so he probably won't be out next to Magic. But
I was a fan of Kobe until he got into the skirmish with Shaquille O'Neal because I was a big Shaquille fan.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, come on, why are you messing with Shaquille? Come on. Shaquille's the man.
Come on, dude. What are you doing?
Yeah, well, and that's the other thing about Dwight is the whole Superman, taking the whole Superman title, and as Shaquille was the first Superman on the court. So,
right.
That too had some issues. A lot of folks had issues with Dwight on that, but with Kobe, Kobe's Kobe. He was young then. He was mentally he wasn't. The success of that. Being those having those championships and being just at the top of the game where now he's not even he's mentioned, but now I keep hearing everybody talk about now LeBron is the best player on the planet, right? So and they should talk with Kobe about that, being the best player on the planet. So his era is definitely I think after this year, his contract will end up and Kobe right off into the sunset, Butch Cassidy or the Sundance Kid style.
See Delatorro, how he dragged me into that.
That was masterful.
I know.
Wow.
You a sports guy?
You know what? Not much. I don't watch a lot of television, man. I just get things.
You can't have a conference like this if you watch on TV. That's no doubt traveling the world.
No, so I love sports. I just don't get a chance to watch it as much, and if I do, it's in quick spurts. But I know just enough to be dangerous.
That's all you need.
That's all you need. Yeah, just to be able to follow the conversation.
You were the same way.
Right.
We're the same way.
I know, y'all heavy hitters. Don't even try that.
I've done less TV these days.
Yeah, we're doing a PhD. I mean, come on, somebody.
You got to make sacrifices somewhere.
Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree.
Somewhere.
But what I really
what were you going to say? Sorry,
the Trayvon Martin case is.
Man.
That's been tough to watch. It's really been tough to watch, and I understand that his mom is taking the stand today, and just talk a little bit about it. Because one of the things, if you know, is really people have not heard a lot about Trayvon the kid.
That's true.
About a lot of people have heard about Zimmerman and who he is, that type of thing, and that piece has been sort of on the down low. And so I think a part of their strategy is to get people to understand what kind of kid he was.
Yeah, that would be really important, man.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think so.
Well, it could also again, it's what the angle that's played. So if he becomes this kid who is a troublemaker type kid, it was like, oh well, he might have been up to some mischief. Then the assumptions can start to creep in, and negatively impact what the reality is, which is Zimmerman stalked him,
right?
Then charged up on him, got his butt whipped, and then ended up using deadly force to try to get away. So that's he shouldn't have been in the situation in the first place. So anyway, you know where I stand with this. If the colors were reversed, trial would have already been ended. We wouldn't have been just starting this situation. It would have already been done deal, and would have been a wrap. So that's it's interesting in where how long it's taken to get as far as it's gotten, and now again the defense is trying to. They're trying to defend, right? They're they're not trying to. They're just trying to reasonable doubt. That's really all they got to do.
That's all they got to do.
They got to just get a reasonable doubt aspect in. So once they can reach that, they've done their job.
You're right.
So
you're right.
So bring in everything you can. Bring in the kitchen sink.
Disregard that.
Yeah.
How do you? Once it goes in, how do you disregard that?
Exactly.
That's. Well, again, that's the trial, and like I said, and I haven't been following it too much because it's easy to get upset about it and kind of stuff. So, and I work with all types of individuals, so I don't want to go in with a half-cocked eye on a couple of folks just because of the trial. So I haven't been following it as much, I will say, these days.
Yeah. One of the things that they've been talking about recently is if indeed he is found innocent, that it could be a major riot. And so they have a secret plan in place if the verdict comes back not guilty.
Wow.
To prevent any crazy stuff from going down.
Any uprisings.
And so they're trying to figure out, so what is the secret plan? We're not going to.
Well, it's not secret anymore. They start. You already know. The fact that you know too much already. So, you may want to watch your back. You'd be over in Russia somewhere in the airport.
And it would be unfortunate if that is indeed the case. And I'm no expert, but just from what I have kept up with this trial, it would be difficult for me to say this guy was, innocent. It'd be difficult just based on what I know. So,
I agree.
So we'll keep our fingers crossed. It's tough. It's got to be tough for both sides. It's not a situation you want to see yourself in. I understand that Nelson Mandela is on life support now, but there are conflicting stories about whether he's on life support, and so the officials at the hospital are saying that he is on life support. Their recommendation is that they take him off and let him die peacefully. The family is saying something different, and I'm not sure what the motivation would be that you have these conflicting stories. But certainly our hearts, prayers go out to the family of this incredible man,
world leader.
I know.
I mean, on every level.
but then there's a testament to just how the strength of him once again, even in death, even in the face of death, how strong he's been, and the long history of being jailed for just for standing up.
Exactly.
That's all it really was, is just for trying to stand up for others, for the rights of others. Serving all that time in jail, and like I said, even in the face of death, he's still not going down without a strong fight.
Absolutely.
There. So we're again, it's the idea of I had a conversation last week talking with some folks about where's our next generation of leaders.
Yeah,
you have all these individuals who have been so strong over the years that are just fading away for whether it's death or unfortunate issues of some in scandals, but just in the idea of that they're these leaders are those who have been leaders in the years that has brought us to where we are, and, our generations past now. So who's picking up the that mantle to be moving it forward, to continue moving it forward?
And what's amazing is that I
Mr. Leadership Trainer,
that was the segue.
It's a trainer over here.
I see that all across the globe, man. I see that we're now living in an era and a time where, when I mention a lot of the gurus that we were all raised under, that shaped our hearts and minds and our philosophy and our integrity and our character, when I mention those folks, like in today's audiences, people they don't know who they are. A lot of today's generation, I'm not even talking about youth per se. I'm talking about college. I'm talking about early professionals from their early 20s to even up to 30. Are very shaky when I mention a Nelson Mandela, or when I mention a Stephen Covey, or an Og Mandino, or a Napoleon Hill, or a John Maxwell, even. Or
I just had this conversation Friday with one of my staff members.
Okay.
And she's probably 25, 26. And so she's asking about the show. I told her we were recording on Friday, and I mentioned that we were having you on the show. And I said, yeah, he's a world-renowned speaker, motivational speaker, etc. And I said, he actually has spent some time with one of my all-time favorite speakers,
Zig Ziglar.
Zig Ziglar. Yeah. And she looked at me like, who is Zig Ziglar? I'm like, you don't know who Zig Ziglar is? And she's like, I've never heard of him.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
And so I made her go and Google him and find out who this guy is. But you're right. So your point is...
but the point is ultimately, what we're saying is the generals, the giants, are passing away, and it's like, who's taking the leadership mantle? Who's stepping up? And I think it's all of our responsibility to grow what I like to call our interpersonal leadership effectiveness, and to really take up the mantle of what it is that we were called to do in this life. Because ultimately, I believe that everything in our life rises and falls on leadership.
Yeah, right.
Everything. Anybody who's ultimately trying to help you achieve any result in your life in any area, it's going to come as a direct result of leadership. Mm-hmm. Directly. If you have a personal trainer, they're trying to get you to take a leadership role in your fitness. If you have a nutritionist, they're trying to get you to take a leadership role in your health choices in terms of what you buy and what you put in your body. If you go to church, what's the pastor trying to do? Get you to take a leadership role in your spiritual walk with God. If you're at your job, the supervisor, your manager is trying to get you to take a leadership role in your own profession. What is it you do in your role in the organization? Family. Yeah. Your spouse, they're trying to always get you to take a leadership role. And okay, what's your role? What's my role? What is our role with the kids, etc., etc. So any community leader is always trying to get people to rise up. If we're trying to get people to vote, if we're trying to get people to give blood, there's a leadership component to literally everything. Yeah. And so I think that to your point, Sean, it's a call for all of us to step up to the plate and really grow our own individual leadership, because you can't grow anything in your life until you're willing to lead your life.
Well, and not to take us too far off the beaten path of some of the other things we're going to get to, but with that, my concern is with leadership comes, with it, just the idea of leadership comes a level of responsibility.
Yeah.
Right? So, and sacrifice to that degree, because there's there's times when you don't want to do or you don't feel like doing certain things or being in certain places, or like I said, is very often I go into meetings where I'm the only one that looks like me. Right? So after a while, it gets tiring of being the only one that looks like you in meetings and having to represent everyone. You represent the whole race,
whether you want to or not.
Good, bad, and ugly. So that's how you are, and so that kind of weight that's on the shoulders to know when to say something or know when to bite your tongue, kind of thing, and or how to couch it, because it's also not really about saying; it's how you're saying it too.
Absolutely,
right? So there's all these different responsibilities and levels of responsibility that weigh in, and I wonder if people shy away from the aspect of being a leader because of that responsibility, right? Because we're so much of an individual, especially this generation. I would think there's more about the me aspect. There's a lot of me and generations. Actually, even the late great Bob Samuels mentioned that he considered this this particular generation as a all about me style generation of what do I get, what is what about me, entitlement.
Exactly.
And that's one of Dr. G's favorite words there. The entitlement, with a little sarcasm smile there, but that entitlement of this is what I should get this because I'm just here.
Right.
I don't need to work for it. I don't need. I should just be able to walk in someplace and it be laid before me, and the roads are paved with gold, kind of thing. So, so how do you get someone who is who doesn't feel that responsibility or doesn't recognize that responsibility? How do you get someone to really to really recognize it and really get to accept it? Or is there something that you can do, as a leadership trainer or the developer?
One of the things that I share with audiences and individuals as I do executive coaching and one-on-one coaching with people, entrepreneurs and business professionals, is a quote from Jim Rohn, and he said, all human beings are going to suffer one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The difference is the pain of discipline weighs ounces and the pain of regret weighs tons.
Wow.
So the notion there is, if you set yourself up to live life as a follower, you are setting yourself up for a life of regret. Because there's only two types of people in life, spectators or participators. That's it. Either you're in the game or you're watching the game. So I say people who are spectators, people who are choosing, I'll take the easy road. I'm just going to kind of sit back and follow, you're going to get the leftovers of those who are leading. You're going to end up being, instead of being people, you're going to be sheeple, right? Instead of being people, you'll be sheeple. You will be led. And many times led to the slaughter. Unfortunately, because at the end of the day, leaders are the ones that are the trailblazers, that are the difference makers, that are the ones that are earning the most, or the ones that are living life, as we call full throttle, living life all the way out. It's not the followers. I've never once been asked to speak at a national fellowship conference. I'm always asked to talk to leaders. If you think about it, the followers are the ones that are getting laid off, downsized. I mean, if you think about it, it's in our society and in our world. I'm just telling you the truth.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Hey, we might be able to make some money on the fellowship conference. Then we can get the followers to pay some money.
There you go. Right.
Fellowship.
But it's the truth. It's like at the end of the day. So what I say to people is this: if you want life to happen to you and you're always be in the reactive position, then continue to follow, and you're going to pay the price, which is tons of a life of regret. But if you want to be able to create your future, create your dreams, live out your purpose, live out that God-given dream that you have, and pursue your education and get in a quality relationship and build friendships and community and give back and be philanthropic and do all the things that every time I meet people, everybody wants to do big stuff. I've never met one person that asked me what you really want in life. I want low money, no friendships, no connect. Every time I ask people what they want, everybody wants big stuff. In order to get the big stuff, you got to be willing to lead, and it's going to be, like you said, Sean D, it's going to be uncomfortable. You got to be willing to lead when it's not popular. You got to lead without letting leadership lead you. And what I mean by that is a lot of times people get in leadership positions and then they let their title or their position lead them. And at the end of the day, leadership is not about titles, it's about influence. The best leaders on the planet are into towels, not titles, because they're servant leaders. Right. And that's really the essence of what it's supposed to be about. The best leaders in this country today that are leading Fortune 100 organizations are not at the top of the org chart looking their nose down at the people that work for them. They're actually at the bottom of the org chart saying, hey, put your foot right there. I'm going to help you climb higher. And I really believe that servant leaders, management by walking around, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Leading people by being a part of people, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna lead people,
your ivory tower,
exactly,
locked away from everybody.
If you're a shepherd, you got to smell like sheep. You got to be amongst the people that you're leading and lead by example. And
that's why I love this guy. He just comes in and just drops one after the other.
Like that knowledge, that knowledge is truth.
Oh,
truth
man,
is knowledge.
This is great. I mean, this is a great segue, Delatorro, in terms of Full Throttle Experience 2013. You want to talk a little bit about that? September 5th through 7th, right here in Tampa Bay.
Right here in Tampa. I'm so epically excited about this event because I've been a full-time speaker for 10 years. 2013 is my 10-year anniversary of being full-time. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
where's
that's a big deal. Sound effects. But so I've been in the industry for 15 years, but I've been full time for 10, and so this year has just really been powerful for me. And I said I wanted to do something that I've always wanted to do, which was to really go for the big and really host I've keynoted stages all across the world, but I've never hosted my own national conference before. And so Tony Robbins, he's got Date with Destiny, and all the gurus, they have their big thing that they do once a year. TD Jakes has Mega Fest, and all the gurus have their thing. So I created the Full Throttle Experience, the 3-day live leaderpreneurship conference. It's happening September 5th through the 7th right here in Tampa, Florida at the Mainsail Hotel and Conference Center. And it's a 3-day, literally life-transforming experience where I've assembled the dream team of speakers from all across the world who are going to be coming to Tampa, each sharing on their own level of expertise. And Full Throttle is actually based on a motorcycle metaphor. I've been riding motorcycles for 7 years, and I've learned a lot about life and leadership and business and success and everything as a direct result of riding a motorcycle. And so, I, as you guys know, I'm very metaphoric in my delivery, and so I've learned a lot of metaphors that I apply in my presentations. So at the Full Throttle Experience, I'm not only the conference host, but I'm going to be speaking each day at the conference, and my motorcycle is going to be actually on the stage, and so I'm going to be teaching illustrated messages each day at the conference, in addition to my experts who are coming from around the world. And everybody we've got 10 speakers from around the world who are coming. These folks, two of them are New York Times best-selling authors. Wow. One of them was actually featured in the movie The Secret. Three of them have actually been featured on Oprah before as repeat guests.
Tell us some of the names.
You got Dr. Willie Jolly, who's one of my mentors. He's my greatest mentor in this professional speaking industry. He's out of D.C. He's won every award that there is to win as a professional speaker. He's a best-selling author. Laurel Langemeier she's the newest financial guru, money guru on the planet. So if you're familiar with David Bach and Susie Orman and all those cats, Laurel Langemeier, she's the right now. She studied under Robert Kiyosaki for many years and then went out and built her own. Absolutely. So she's got a company called Live Out Loud. She's an amazing wealth trainer. She wrote an awesome book called The Millionaire Maker, and she literally has tracked her success of creating millionaires with her formula. She's epic. Chris Widener has spent the most time, Dr. Lee, you're going to love this one. Chris Widener has spent the most time with Jim Rohn and Zig Ziglar the last 10 years of their life. In fact, Chris Widener and Zig Ziglar had a show together, television show together, called Peak Performance that they ran together for many, many years. So Chris is an amazing gentleman. He speaks 5,000-10,000 seat arenas all across the country to major direct sales companies. Victor Antonio is going to be coming talking to us about sales, Hispanic, amazing brother who's just bad. He's funny.
Yeah, I think I've seen, actually, I heard him speak. He came to the Black Brown College
Bound Conference. He's awesome, man.
He's got an interesting story.
Yeah, incredible. Built a multi-million-dollar company and just a sales genius. Alethea Owens is a branding expert. She's coming to us from St. Louis teaching. She's one of the top 10 branding experts in the country. Talk to us about the importance of developing our personal brand, which is what Victor talked about when we were on that show previously, the importance of your brand, you know. So Letha is coming to talk about that. Rhonda Britton is one of the best. She's an Emmy Award-winning television producer. She's been on Oprah numerous times, but she's one of the best teachers on fear that I've ever heard in my life. She talks about how your fear knows you better than anybody else, and your fear will use everything it knows about you against you. So she teaches you how to overcome the fears that we all have in our lives from understanding fear from a personality perspective. She's amazing. Wow. She's awesome. Andrew Morrison he's been on Oprah several times. He's called the Small Business Breakthrough Guy. And basically what he helps small businesses do is he helps small business owners think big so they can start thinking about government contracting and large contracting with other vendors and how to basically play big as a small business owner. He's from up north, and so he's got that New York style kind of, and he's just no nonsense about how to help you grow your small business. And then Terry Brock is a Hall of Fame speaker, technology guy. This guy is into every type of technology because we got Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all those. He's a master of all those. But what's even more powerful is that Terry actually has partnered with a recent organization called Clout. Have you guys been seeing this lately? This whole thing about what's your Clout score? No. It's a new thing. KLOUT, Clout. Clout. What Clout does is Clout aggregates all of your social media presence and comes up with a score to tell you how influential you are online.
I did see something about it.
You saw something about that.
Yeah.
So Terry has partnered with Clout and is writing a book called Clout Matters. How and it's all about your social media effectiveness in today's era and today's generation.
Clout Matters.
Clout Matters. Isn't that crazy? Wow. And then Myron Golden is a great buddy of mine. He's an entrepreneurial trainer. He wrote a great book called From the Trash Man to the Cash Man. How he went from literally collecting garbage in his 20s to becoming a self-made millionaire as an entrepreneur. Wow. And he's a great wealth trainer and teaches on.
Just had someone come through we had 100 Black Men Tampa Bay chapter meeting on Tuesday. Someone came through with his book.
Really?
That exact book.
That's awesome. Yeah, man. And then Troy Stindy's a great friend of mine. He's actually going to be there. Troy Stindy is amazing because he helps people create breakthroughs. And what I mean by breakthroughs is at the conference on day 2, because what makes Full Throttle so different is that there's no breakout sessions. There's no you have to pick and choose what you get. Each one of these speakers is a plenary session presenter. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be teaching, and then each day at the conference 3 days long, 3 of these titans is going to speak as well. And then in the evenings, there's experiences. So on the second night, Troy Stindy is going to lead the entire room of 320 business professionals and entrepreneurs through an experience where everybody's going to break through a 1-inch wooden board with their bare hands. It is so powerful because
I've been watching a lot of karate flicks. I think I'm already ready.
You're already ready, right? But what he does is he makes you write down what's been holding you back on one side of a wooden board, and then on the other side he makes you write down what's the reward of what you're going to get when you break through. And what's powerful is a lot of people think that it's about strength, and it's not about strength. It's about technique, and it's about what's going on up here. And I've watched him literally take people who were big and brawny, and they couldn't break through their board because they couldn't get clear up here. And I've watched older women who were like in their 60s who thought they couldn't do it break through it because they believed in themselves. So it's all about how to transform what's happening here. And so it's a 3-day experience. It's absolutely incredible. Every area of your life, sales, business, technology, overcoming adversity, leadership development, health and fitness, achievement theory, wealth building is all going to be covered over the 3 days. And it's just an epic time. The website is www.fullthrottleexperience.com. That's fullthrottleexperience.com. And there's 3 levels of registration, and it's just going to be absolutely incredible. And during the month of July, we're encouraging everybody to get registered this month because we got some really wonderful bonuses that we're giving out to folks in the month of July to make it really economical. And it's just going to be an incredible time. I mean, it's just absolutely epic. So you're talking about easily
exciting, man. This is I was looking. I've been checking it out since you rolled that. I'm on your newsletter.
Yeah. So you get the 7-part series.
I've been checking it out, no doubt about it. And right from the get go, like you said, it's got depending on your comfort level financially. It's
where you want to get in. Absolutely,
where you want to get in. So it's I think it's affordable for. It's an investment.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's
in yourself. Absolutely, man.
Being that investment.
But what's even more powerful is that every person on this lineup, they don't touch a stage for under 10 grand for 1 hour of their time. Mm-hmm. So to be for 3 days, you get to learn from the top speakers on the planet.
Wow!
I mean, it's like, are you kidding me? And you were talking about, okay, well, with the generals dying off, that's why I reached out to these folks, because these folks are the leaders in their chosen industries on the planet right now, and so I wanted them to be at full throttle. So if you're ready to live life in that next level and take it into a higher gear and stop being stalled out and stop, because at the end of the day, the truth is, things are bouncing back. And it's time for people to now bounce back with it and stop being stuck on the sidelines and kind of, the economy and the market. And
the housing market is up 12%.
Do you see what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know about y'all. Every time I'm driving around, I'm seeing new complexes, new communities going up everywhere. And so it's time for us to kind of take life to that next level and get out of being parked and stalled and really go after life. Because, and I'll end on this. We could talk about something else, but, I really believe that life was meant to be lived three-dimensionally. Three-dimensionally. And I think what happens for most people is we live life, we're taught sociologically to live life one-dimensionally. We're taught to live life in appreciation of the length of our years. So if a person lives to be 100 years old, they lived a long life. Great. So we measure success based on the length of our years. And I think that's great. And I think it's important. I just turned 36, so I'm like, hallelujah. Thank God for, another year. You know what I'm saying? But what I ultimately believe in, Full Throttle is all about living life to the fullest. And living life to the fullest means living life in 3D. Living life in 3D means living life for the length of your years, but also living life for the width of those years and the depth of those years. And I know a lot of people that live long, but they live shallow. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They get to the end and they say, man, was this all there? You know what I'm saying? I didn't love deep. I didn't grow deep. I didn't contribute deep. I didn't leave a legacy. That's why someone like Dr. King was cut off, and it was unfortunate that he was cut off early in life. But why did this man have such an epic worldwide impact? Because he lived deep and he lived wide. He loved everybody, right? He wanted to include everybody. He wanted equality for everybody. So although he didn't live to 100, he made the years that he did live so deep and so wide that it was a legacy. And that's what I want for everyone. I want everyone at the end of the day. My mom just passed 2 months ago, and she only lived to be 67. But man, she lived wide and she lived deep. She embraced her community, her church. She taught me and my brother well. And so although God called her home at 67, she, on her casket we put, "May the work I've done speak for me." All child I'm truly blessed. She left this planet.
Breaking the hymn.
Come on, somebody, right? Yeah. But it's like she blessed this world because she left Delatorro McNeil II here to continue the legacy. She lived deep and she lived wide, and I think it's everybody's responsibility. If we're gonna live, let's go all out. Let's go all in. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it
to the full throttle.
Absolutely.
So where do we sign up?
I got Full Throttle Experience. I got tickets and order forms right here for you guys. But no, absolutely. Everybody can go to fullthrottleexperience.com. And this is really important. I mean, because a lot of times people take local things for granted. Oh, it's just, that's another. But this is a international conference that just so happens to be coming to Tampa. Wow. So we really need our local support is really important. So let's get behind it, and we got. I mean, the registrations, the early bird prices are extremely economical for the value that you're going to get out of these 3 days. So I'd encourage everybody to go to the site right now and get plugged in.
Indeed,
Full Throttle Experience.
Like I'm not even doing it. Right. I need to go work on some more stuff.
Right.
September 5th through the 7th, Tampa, Florida, the Mainsail Hotel and Conference Center.
Absolutely.
And this is going to be outstanding.
It's going to be epic, man. It's going to be incredible.
I need to go ahead and carve out the time on my calendar.
Yes, sir. Go ahead and block it out. You guys.
That's why we want to get you on. Definitely have you here early. So, like you said, it's already available. Registration is open.
Absolutely.
Folks can plan that time. That's coming out of is that Labor Day weekend or
no. It's the week before
Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So even better.
So it's not conflicting there.
Not conflicting. There you go.
Yeah, we did that on purpose.
Away time for a lot of folks, but so there you go. Before you can get in your head of why you can't.
Why you can't? Yeah, the excuses you make why you can't make it. Right.
Excuse denied.
In fact, it's the weekend after Labor Day. Labor Day is the 2nd, so it's the weekend after Labor Day. Yeah, so they would have already kind of done their Labor Day thing that previous weekend.
Welcome back, and now you're
now you're ready. Now you're ready to roll.
Starts up for kids and everything. So let's get it going, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's exciting.
Yeah.
So I would definitely. I believe you're going to see my face there in some capacity. So
we can't wait, man. It's going to be tremendous.
And again, it's the because this leadership component is definitely. You know, like I said, it's not the first conversation I've had, which just kind of got us down this pathway. But the conversation I had last week wasn't the first one in regards to where's our leadership.
Yes.
So where's our leadership going?
Yeah.
And the roles that that the trio and as we are as the trio and with Delatorro through what we do within the community and around the community through business and so on and so forth is. I mean, if we're not doing it, then who is? So we can't. I don't think we can look to others to say to point to them and just say without being
we have
prepared
to do it.
do
Exactly.
it ourselves.
Exactly, and that's why it's called the Leaderpreneurship Conference. I'm not sure if you guys caught that, and it's a term. It's a new term because I honestly believe if I was to ask, if we were to just put 2 clean sheets up on the wall and said, okay, let's define the characteristics of the best leaders in our country. Then I said, okay, let's define the best characteristics of the best entrepreneurs in our country. I guarantee you 95% of the characteristics would overlap.
Yeah.
So I believe that there's a leaderpreneur in everybody. I believe in every business professional, and every community leader, and every ministry leader, and every athlete, and every political person, and every entrepreneur. I believe that there's a leaderpreneur inside of all of us. The leader is the person that's leading our profession and our career, and that's goal oriented and focused, etc. But that entrepreneur is that risk taker, that person that's always striving for more, that person that's always coming up with different angles and approaches and perspectives, and always wanting to push the envelope. So I believe that the leaderpreneur in all of us is mandated to grow, and the only place you grow, and we live in a world where there's so much free stuff shot at us all the time through social media and YouTube and whatever. But in my humble opinion, I've truly watched with my own eyes how live events have created critical change points in my life. And I think it's one thing to watch the game at home. I think it's another thing to be there.
Yep.
So I think there's something to be said for live experiences that change and transform, and you get around another 300 people who are holding you accountable for your success and your goals, and you get a chance to mastermind and meet new people and kind of get out of your box of the people you know what I'm saying? I mean, so it's those kind of things that create shifts. So we're excited about it.
Good.
There's one thing I want you to consider for Full Throttle Experience 2014.
Please.
Which, of course, it's self-serving from my perspective, but I think it's an important piece.
Please.
Because you've got some incredible speakers hitting on some very, very important topics.
Sure.
One topic that I think you may want to consider for 2014 is a national leader on the importance of the health piece.
Yes.
Because all of this really don't mean anything unless you are, 100% healthy, that you're taking care of your
physical body.
So
absolutely.
How does that fit into all of, because you can have all the money you want.
Sure.
But if your health is, terrible, and I know a lot of high-octane people who are out there kicking butt, but when it comes to taking care of themselves, they fail.
Yeah.
Big time. I have friends like that.
Yeah.
I have friends who are very, very successful.
Yeah.
But they smoke, they don't eat well, they don't exercise because they are driving, to make that next, next big deal.
Right.
So how can we
incorporate that? Absolutely.
The folks who will be there and
make sure that they incorporate that into their message.
So just something to think about.
No, I definitely will. Yes, sir. And I'll probably rely on you to maybe see if
there's some cool people out there who can come and certainly add a piece like that.
That'd be fantastic. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Dr. G.
There you go.
That's a plug right there. There's some cool people. Oh, okay.
I'll accept. I know. There's some. No, I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that.
There's some superstars out there.
There are some.
Absolutely as well.
Yeah, indeed.
But as usual, so we had this whole scape of what we're going to do, but Delatorro comes in. and just blows it all up. Just comes in into the show and just provides a whole different perspective. That is the enrichment of self and soul. So last time you were on the show, we had to change the whole format of the show. Last time, they had our producer going crazy.
I remember that.
But it's just a testament to that energy and I think in the vibe and the information. I think this is again this topic and with the Full Throttle experience. And again, coming to Tampa, I don't think folks in Tampa don't see Tampa as the hub. So when something comes here, it's not really seen as how large and massive it could be to support locally. Yeah. But I would definitely say get out. If you're really serious about living life to the fullest experience, then this looks to me to be the opportunity to do so.
Absolutely,
because it talked about motivation, and I still love the comment that was made about the idea of why do you need to be motivated on a routine basis. It was like I think it was you that was talking about that idea of you recommend just like a shower, you recommend it daily
every day.
So this is one of those things that just I went to some conference last year. Doesn't mean that it's still it's still hanging in there.
Absolutely,
so just that reinforcement of the messages.
And one thing that I as we bring this to a close, I just wanted to mention, Full Throttle living is not about just achieving more. It's also about really being fulfilled with what you've achieved. And I think that's really important. Yeah. And also, when I talk to executives and business professionals, one of the things that I talk about is if you're going to do life all out, then that means you need to do fun all out. You need to do vacation all out. You need to do relax all out. Hello, right?
Work hard, play
harder. Exactly. But most people don't. Recent studies tell us that 80% of business professionals check work-related email while on vacation. Yep. And in my live seminars, I ask, how many of you all, and most people are guilty of it. I'm like, why? And I think most of us have an overinflated opinion of how important we are to the organization. We swear that, if I'm not there, then it's just going to shut down. I promise you, they have not set up a system that is based 100% on your physical presence. And if God forbid, if something was to happen, trust me, they might go through a little hiccup for a couple weeks, but the organization is going to move forward. And Dr. Green, you just talked about it. We're cashing in personal wellness, fulfillment, health for companies that are making billions and CEOs that are getting all these bonuses and our kids are getting obese and all these marriages can't stay together because we're not developing the self. Yeah. And that's a big message of Full Throttle is if you're going to do it, don't just go all out in your work. Go all out in every area of your life and really live your entire life to that next level. In fact, Laura Langemeyer was a personal trainer before she became a fitness guru. So she brings that level of... So a lot of these people, although they're not health experts, they are very, very big into wellness and total life wellness and the importance of that. And I think it's a critical piece that a lot of times we miss. Yeah. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. So I think it's important that we underscore that. Yeah.
And I wonder, and love you guys' opinion on this, I wonder if some of that is insecurity. The checking, the belief that, they're not going to make it without me, or maybe there's that somebody who's on my heels.
Jockeying to take my spot.
I got to be, I got to show myself worthy of being in this
Look
position.
How dedicated I am.
Right. There you go. Is that insecurity?
I would say so. I would definitely say that that's a piece of it. And I think it's also the way we've been socially kind of raised to just go out there and grind and work it out and whatever. And we haven't realized that work will encroach on as much of our personal life as we let it. Yeah. It's like weeds. It's like if you just let them keep, if you don't put boundaries, you're gonna have to. That's a whole other message, but it's an important message to if you're gonna live life to that next level, you got to learn how to take some time off. Nothing that we use every day. At the end of the day, do we just leave it to itself? We always plug everything that we use every day into a source greater than itself, so that it can be at full capacity the next day.
Wow!
What are you doing to plug yourself into the things that'll grow you?
Wow!
I need that explosion again, man. Just drop it and drop one after the other.
Oh my goodness, man! I tell you.
Well, that's what they are. This is just a taste of what.
Just a taste. Yeah, that's a little bit. Yeah,
pain of regret or the
pain of discipline. The difference: the pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons.
I can't wait to go. My son plays on an AAU basketball team, and we talk to these kids all the time about discipline and the importance of doing everything you can now.
Yeah,
because 20 years from now, you're going to be that. Oh man, I wish I'd done.
That's the regret.
I wish I'd worked a little bit harder.
Yeah.
I wish I'd shot 100 more shots a day. And this is perfect.
Yeah,
they're going to be like, where you get that from?
Yeah.
Hold on. Just dropping it on everybody. There you go.
Oh man!
So this was great. Yeah, I appreciate you guys again just making time for us in this busy schedule that you got.
Absolutely honor
to come through. So again, we just we'll save what we were going to do for another day. But this is I think a lot of folks. This may be the take over as the most downloaded show ever in the history. There's kind of, like I said, there's quite a few nuggets in there of how to live life and just just the value of such. So, you're much appreciated.
Thank you.
And if folks want to, so you got the Full Throttle Experience, but you have your website.
My website is Delatorro.com, Delatorro.com, and our headquarters line is 813-963-5356. That's 813-963-5356. And we'd love to see you all at FTX 2013. It's going to be epic. It's going to be epic.
FTX 2013.
Yes, sir.
Now, folks, is that the next event you're going to be speaking at? Or
actually, yeah. In fact, another thing that we do in the community, we do events called Motivational Mondays, and it's a monthly motivational seminar. It's $20. It's just kind of a give. It literally just covers the cost of the hotel and the the beverages and stuff like that we provide. But we've got our next Motivational Monday coming up this coming Monday, which is actually July the 8th. Sorry. So we got July the 8th at 6 p.m. It's at the Hilton on Lois, the Tampa Airport Hilton.
Yeah.
And so the topic because these are monthly just success seminars, and they're like an hour and a half long. And so the topic for this Monday is ninja strategies for effectively selling your brand. So we're basically going to be teaching people in an hour and a half the importance of developing your sales skills in the ability to promote what it is your brand is. Because everybody's got a brand, and it's how do you sell that brand more effectively. And I think a lot of us don't really understand the importance of selling our brand and clearly conveying and communicating our brand to the public. And so if you're not selling it, you really are. You just aren't cognizant that you're selling it. Because every day you're selling it in how you act, how you dress, how you communicate, how you market, et cetera, et cetera. So we want to make people aware of how they're selling their brand and how to do it more effectively. That's why I call it ninja strategies for effectively selling your brand in the 21st century. So it's going to be a great time. It's right there at the Hilton on Lois in the West Shore Business District. It's at 6 p.m. We do great networking for about 30 minutes, and we get people playing musical chairs, and we give away prizes. And you should see business people coming out after work playing musical chairs. And we got great music going on. We're giving stuff away, and then we go into just hard hitting, just bombs, just content, and people are really loving it and getting a tremendous amount out of it.
So this is in the evening.
Yeah, it's in the evening. Yeah, 6 p.m. in the evening.
6 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep, right there at the Hilton on Lois. So we got that coming up, and yeah, man. So we're just impacting lives, man. Just touching people and touching the community and just going forward.
Excellent.
Community conversations. Trio, Dr. G, Sean D, Mayman, Michael Dove. But this was the Community Conversation show with Delatorro McNeil II. He just came in and took over the absolutely wonderful. It's always a pleasure, man, to have you around. And we're just so glad that you are a friend of this show.
Absolutely,
because we get an opportunity to share this information with a lot of folks who can use it, including ourselves.
Yeah,
absolutely. So you will see our faces at FTX 2013.
Fantastic.
All right.
Yeah.
We are out. Anything else, Sean?
No, just get out and try to enjoy the day, rest of this weekend here, and then get out there on Monday to listen to Delatorro with the Ninja Strategies.
Absolutely.
On the Motivational Monday. So actually, I'm going to check my schedule. I know I got a couple of things, couple of meetings. Actually, I'll be meeting with Representative Reed's folks talking about leadership. And you got to get on the legislative side of it.
Absolutely.
So depending on the schedule with that, how that runs, I think I may be sliding through there. Cool. I can use some motivation. I got two papers due by July 27th. So.
Wow. Okay, there you go. Fantastic. Absolutely.
All right, but much appreciated. So get out and enjoy, and we'll be back next week.
Yes, baby. Yeah.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed another edutaining episode of Community Conversations with the Trio. To keep the conversation going, stay connected with us by visiting cctrio.com and following us on Facebook, Twitter, and iTunes by searching The CC Trio. Community Conversations with the Trio. Dr. G, Sean D, and Main Man Michael Dove.